witness to the fact that, just like our love, we are powerful, resilient, and strong. I am not your enemy, brothers. I am your mother, your lover, sister, friend.
The incident, written by County Cullen in 1925. Once riding in old Baltimore, heart-filled, head-filled with glee, I saw a Baltimorean keep looking straight at me. Now I was 8 and very small, and he was no whit bigger, and so I smiled, but he poked out his tongue and called me nigger. I saw the whole of Baltimore, from May until December. Of all the things that happened there, that's all that I remember. I studied the works of County Cullen as part of my black literature class back in the 70s. At that time, black was considered a radical term, as there were those that felt that colored Negro were much gentler kind of terms, as if black was a blow to the ego that had to be softened. Soon, black fell out of favor, and we were called Afro-Americans, until someone figured out there is no such place as Afro. Actually, Africans in America, i.e. African Americans. We've been called by many names, but there is one name that has outlasted, outwitted, and outplayed the rest. Nigger. When my white male student referred to me as my nigger in one of his writings, no less, I was offended, but I wasn't surprised. I had a different feel when I was the age of Cullen. Cullen wrote his poem in 1925, and I had my first incident in 1965. What is just brilliant about his poem is that he articulates with profound simplicity the destructive nature of that word and how it symbolizes the loss of innocence. There's a common propensity of children to just express goodwill towards others. Suspicion, mistrust, hatred, those things are learned. And children are the unwilling students. When I was a child, after school let out, I used to linger on the school playground because my single, hard-working mother couldn't pick me up until much later. I didn't really feel bad that my mother wasn't at home to welcome me like the other white kids. I just took advantage of it. I had the whole playground to myself. While they were working on their homework, I was on my swing. Working on my back kick. The one that was going to take me high. I was going to set a playground record. I was going to get so high. I was going to get bigger. Who said that? And who they talking to? My mama taught me to mind my own business, so I didn't even look around. Besides, I knew they weren't talking to me because not only am I not a nigger, I never knew any. I only heard that word one time in my house, and I was told, "You are not a nigger. You are a Negro, and don't you forget it." Back on the upswing, I felt my excitement rise. I grabbed those rusty chain links on my swing. I leaned all the way back, and I was, it broke my concentration. Cut into my mission to rise. Who is saying that? And what if they are talking to me? On the downswing, I glanced sideways, and I saw him, snotty nose. Oh, that tiny little white boy, his real name is Michael G. Our eyes met, and that's when I realized he was talking to me. He was calling me nigger. My surprise turned to anger. Why was he calling me that word? I am not a nigger. Niggers are dumb. Me, I'm smart. Niggers are lazy. Me, I do all my chores. Niggers are ugly. Me, I'm beautiful. Niggers are losers. Me, I'm a winner. I'm a Negro. My people are Negroes. Some people call us black, and Grandpa don't like that word. But my mama is down with that. I am a beautiful black butterfly flying high in the sky.
Nigger!
He said it again. Oh, I let my loafers just drag against that blacktop till I came to a full stop. My mama always wondered why my shoes didn't last long. Michael G. He ruined my high hopes, literally. I was special. I'm gonna set a playground record until this mean little boy, he made me feel like I was nothing. I felt my throat tighten up and my lips stick out like they do, and I'm trying not to cry. Because you know something. You know what? There was something that I could never articulate as an 8-year-old child. No matter how nasty or how dirty a white kid was, he would always be considered better than me.
Nigger!
You see, there was no word I could call Michael G. as bad as the one he called me. Not Whitey, not Cracker. They can't compare with that word. That's the thing about that word nigger. And maybe they can't compare with it because they don't have the history of oppression, subjugation, and shame. In the 70s, we used to call each other niggers. Richard Pryor took that little private joke and made it public. We added an A at the end of it to distinguish our use from the use of others. In the 90s, we were African Americans. Why yet another term? Well, just like the Polish Americans know they come from Poland, Italian Americans know they come from Italy. We knew we came from somewhere. And what a wondrous somewhere it is. We are the descendants of kings and queens.
Okay.
Africa, birthplace of civilization. How wondrous, how glorious, and how damn stupid that now we call each other
Nigger!
the little girl from the swing that thought she could be anything and do anything and rise higher than high is long since gone. I have adapted. Cullen the boy was just brutalized by the fact that his smile, his open-heartedness, his show of brotherly love was met with contempt only because of the color of his skin. It was a hurt that he never forgot, and one that I didn't either. It reminds me of the cold hard truth in an old joke. What do you call a nigger with a PhD?
Nigger!
Black beauty is so undefined and misunderstood, associated with the lost African tales of ancient cultures, depicted as crackheads and whores. Who's to see what black beauty truly is? Stereotyped to have ebony skin, a big butt, and a bad weave.
But I will tell you what black beauty is.
I could care less what the fool next to you said.
I will tell you what makes me.
It is the stride of a tall chocolate woman, light or dark.
It is the smile of a small child with dark, shiny black hair, a smile so big it could bring you to tears. It is the voice of Whitney Houston when she sings that infamous pigeon, and I will always love you.
It is the curviest shape of Beyonce's nose.
It is the profound talent of gracious Halle Berry, or the humor found in Whoopi Goldberg.
For I will tell you that black beauty is no thing of the past. It is alive and grows within the souls of us all.
Not meant to be mocked. Dare not mistake it for disrespect.
Founded in the beats of the African plains, innate in the stature of Egyptian kings and queens.
And the speakers, such as Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, or in the words of our beloved Tupac Shakur, or in the marvelous words of Maya Angelou.
For it comprises the beautiful and diverse race from which I come.
I will tell you what makes me me.
It is the words of poetry and truth that I speak.
It is the innocence and loudness that fills my laughter.
It is the warm chocolate eyes through which I see the world.
It is the brown caramel skin that I covet.
It is the small hands and ears I have been giggled of.
It is my black woman's shape that you shouldn't assume, but appreciate.
It is my feet that take me far into this rough world.
For I will tell you what makes me.
It is everything you don't have and hate on me for. For there is only one me. Black beauty is all around. Just look around and you'll see. That's what makes me.
Anticipated a quiet, peaceful power. If all had gone correct, I would have gotten home just for the second half of the Kings basketball game. That 30th Street station was unreasonably crowded that unseasonably warm February evening. So I rushed to the last empty seat on the train and rested my head back to get my powder. But within several minutes, I was reminded this was not a business class journey. I turned around and saw 3 African-American teenagers, no older than 17 years old, each with a flamboyant weave. They had 3 different colored leather jackets on and a color-coordinated Timberland boot, with a Coach-inspired backpack. Simply ghetto fabulous. I leaned back again to get my power down, but their voices started to carry, and their giggles soon turned to profanity as they began to describe the girls or bitches in the neighborhood. Hunkeisha, Tanzanella, Chandelier, to name a few. Around 10 to 20 girls were named. They were given a biography, each with their color, complexion, and the name of their baby daddy. Most of their friends were either serving jail sentences or were in a drug program. I leaned back to take my nap again, but
I was not only distracted, I was disturbed. This inappropriate display started to annoy the other passengers as well. I saw passengers of every ethnic background turn around and look at these girls too. Some frowned, sneered, rolled their eyes, cursed under their breath.
You know, it's a shame how young people act today.
Babies having babies.
I knew I was in for a long ride.
Bitch, let me tell you, that nigga had the nerve to put a pistol in my face.
Oh, no, he didn't. Wait. Whatever happened to the people you used to hang out with, Cyrus and him?
Oh, you ain't know? They all locked up.
Wait, what about Lanisha? Is she locked up or not?
How you trying to be some kind of poet?
Okay, no. Okay, listen. Okay, so you know that nigga they call Coochie, because all he wears is Coochie? The one that got like one front tooth that's like longer than the rest?
And he shot too.
Yeah. Okay. So Lanisha was creeping with him on the DL. He was catching feelings and acting like Lanisha was his boo and whatnot. And you know she wasn't about the cheese because she was a gold digger. She was saving her money from college because she got into NYU. She told me. And you know that they call money because he looked like Chris Brown?
Yeah.
Well, she was creeping with him on the DL too. And they was kind of a cute couple because don't you think she used to look like a Tiara?
Wait, what you mean used to?
Okay, you're interrupting me. But, okay, so she was creeping with him, but I don't really know how you can call it creeping because she said it wasn't nothing serious with him. She did it, but, oh, he was a crip. And she was like, you know, I can't be doing it. So she decided to break it off with him. She was like, you know, I'm on the way up, and he was on the way down. And Denaya told me this. And so he went all soft with her. He started clocking her for days, begging her to come back, and she was like, nah. And then it seemed like he got the message. Then she gets a text saying, I need my gold chain back, and if I don't, there will be drama. So she needs him to give him the chain, and a group of niggas hop out the car and kidnap her ass.
And then they beat and raped her ass. Hold, that's it. We already knew that.
No,
20 minutes.
Okay, because that ain't it at all. They poured gasoline all over her body and set her on fire.
Damn!
No, you wouldn't even recognize her, even her ears is gone. Denaya said she burned over 90% of her body too. And the crazy shit is, the bitch ain't dead.
She just wished she was.
I looked as the other passengers looked at these girls in disdain. No one reached out. They just figured let them die in ignorance and confusion. I ached as I searched for the soul within them yearning to get free. But the railroad man said,
Trenton!
Oh, that's us.
what you looking at, OG? Young African-American girls are in need. And this train ride reminded me of the urgency of the hour. They are part of the downtrodden, oppressed, and helpless. Their bodies are found in dumpsters and alleyways and inner city streets. This train ride was supposed to be a normal one. But it reminded me that these are 3 girls in every inner city. They're the baby mamas, which the media prominently features on Jerry Springer and Maury. But they're also someone's daughter. They're some child's mother. They're someone's granddaughter. If we open our hearts and our eyes and our minds, we can save them.
Show
baby's daddy. Mama, stop crying, hold your head high. Let's bid this fool goodbye. Nubian queen, guard your kingdom. Nubian king, guard your kingdom. Sister girl is crying for a sister. Crying for a sister that didn't know her name. Never realized she was under so much pressure. But just one moment of private pleasure. No one ever told her that she was a treasure. No one ever told her about the moment of her life. All about her true beauty, all about her true worth. She's a Nubian queen, mistress of the earth. Hey! Nubian queen, guard your kingdom. Nubian king, guard your kingdom. Don't open your mouth just to anyone, and welcome your children when they're born.
I'm mad that no one cares when a black woman is missing.
Natalie Holloway, Lacey Peterson, Chandra Levy, Elizabeth Smart, and the runaway bride, Jennifer Wilbanks. Now, we know you know these names, but have you ever heard of Rose Sharp, Ardina Carter, Claudia Perez? Did you know that when Jessica Lynch was captured in the Iraq War in 2003, an African-American woman, Shoshana Johnson, was also taken prisoner? Did you know that Native American Lori Pistola was killed during the same ambush?
Did you hear about the missing black girls? I'm posting a selfie like Michelle Obama did.
Which missing black girls?
The ones from Boca
Boko Haram.
Yeah, that artist.
Yeah, girl. Come on. There's missing girls all over the world, okay? Not just in Nigeria.
Thought it was in Africa.
But let me correct her. Nigeria is in Africa. Did we ever find those girls? I mean, did we ever find them?
How am I supposed to know? You know what?
No, hold on. Don't go nowhere, sis. 1.2 million children are being taken all over the world, and most of them are girls. And they say we ain't worth nothing.
And that's a lie, because how come they stealing it?
Because they want to sell us as sex slaves and servants. One of the Nigerian girls said that when her classmate wouldn't let the commander rape her, he cut off her head, threw it in front of them, and said, "This is what will happen to you if you misbehave."
Wow. I'm glad I live here. You know, real talk.
Well, wait a minute. You're glad you live here? Sis, slow your roll. You gotta know that 64% of African American women are still missing, even though, what?
Well, that's crazy. But no.
Wait, we're only 3% of the American population. No, but there are 64,000 African American women missing right now.
But how come we don't ever hear about them on the news?
Social scientists have a name for this. It's called missing white woman syndrome. And it refers to how the media gives more coverage to cases of missing white and upper class women than it does to those of women of color and those from lower classes.
But what can you do about it? I mean, what can I do about it?
I'm mad that black lives don't seem to matter.
At night when I close my eyes, I keep hearing you sigh. Tell mama not to cry. Tell mama not to cry. Tell mama not to cry. I never thought I'd live to see the day when they take my baby boy away.
Now in the